serious question here. Woody, do you know if Wings is getting married?
I saw him say
What?
that he was engaged. He made several references to her. He said that people are all up in his business and want to know about his fiance, but he doesn't want to share too much. This guy was catfished like 2 months ago, 6 weeks ago. How long ago was that?
2 months ago.
Yeah.
Wait. Hold on. So he was catfished. I don't know who you're talking about, by the way. He was catfished.
So the relevance of the catfishing is that we know he was single 2 months ago.
Got it. Okay, and so he just met somebody,
and he's already
and now
engaged.
they're engaged.
Yeah, and I don't know. Like Wings' commitment to truth is fleeting sometimes, and
What a nice way to say that.
That's a really nice way to say it. Yeah.
So like I don't know what to make of this.
Maybe you would be a good politician.
No, I have too many quotes from this
Not
show.
anymore.
My commitment to fidelity has at times been fleeting.
So like it's amazing to me. Right? I've heard it described as a I pronounce you Chuck and Larry type situation. Like maybe he's getting married for a reason other than true love. Like I don't know.
People get married for lots of different reasons. I mean, like they get married for, safety and security and maybe for tax breaks and for green cards. And it doesn't, it's one of those things that doesn't always have to be only about love, unfortunately.
He hasn't been lucky in love, for most of his life. So I take that and look at it through a different lens, right? Like maybe here's a guy who, when something good comes along, is more apt to lock in than someone who feels like he could get another girl tomorrow.
Would you go to the wedding?
Yes, I would wear my best dungarees, maybe overalls, whatever fits. No, I would go to. I think I would go. I'm curious. I want to know about it.
I'm not allowed to leave the state, but will you take a camera?
Kyle, you're like, ooh, I'd love to, but I'm stuck here.
We'll come to you.
No, I'm going back to jail.
Hypothetically, would you go, Kyle?
That's a no.
No. I'm thinking like
You want to go?
I'm considering if I would actually go. Like because it's a bit of a hassle, right? It's 8 hours drive.
How long have you known this guy?
10 years.
Decade.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, yeah, he's an old friend of yours.
Ish.
I'm not completely over that.
I don't know him the way those two do.
When there was another YouTuber attacking my son, and Wings took his side, and I don't know that I'll ever fully get over that.
Oh,
yeah, I have a special needs son, and that guy was, he uploaded a video where his friend called him a fucking faggot and worse, and Wings took that guy's side, and I'm never gonna be all the way over it.
Wings canceled the camping trip on. You think that's bad? I was going camping one time and Wings didn't show. Can you believe it?
Wow, that's yeah. I mean,
No,
Woody. So you would go, Woody? You'd go to the wedding, huh?
I'm very curious. You have to know Wings.
Woody would stand when they asked that question.
I
Come up with any
object.
reason why these two should not be wed.
I do.
Part 1.
Part 1 of 5. Yeah.
Yeah, his superpower is that, like, regardless of what he's done, somehow you still hope things start turning around for him. That's.
I mean, honestly, I think that reflects positively on you, Woody.
On all three of us.
Well, yeah, that's true.
And by proxy.
Well, you guys want the best for him, so that sounds really nice.
Yeah, you could say that about Kyle, but you could say anything about Kyle.
You can say Kyle can fly, or he has laser beam eyes.
Yeah, Kyle's never been to prison.
Or he's a witch. Or he can do hexes.
That's what you need to do, Woody. Or Kyle, send a hex his way.
I just did it.
To get all sorts of evil, any evil intent out of it. Make sure it's a pure wedding. Because these witches say that witchery is for good.
You
And
know
the
how I
fact that
feel
all
about
of their
weddings.
witchery has to do with personal gain is probably probably has nothing to do.
No, I would go to the wedding. If it were like feasible, yeah, I would go because I think it's going to be. I feel like you and I would get back to the hotel room, and we could have some good talks about what we had just witnessed. Like you and I went to Joe Lozon's wedding, and we got out, and I think we both agreed. I was like, "Hey, that was pretty nice, huh? Yeah, the food was good. It was fucking
And
all those people were
what's
there."
the guy's name that made Joe Lozon cry? The black guy,
yeah.
Bert from the UFC. Bert, I forget
Yeah,
his last
he's
name.
the guy who like checks on the fighters and makes sure they're like doing the right thing or something like on game day. Like
He met a lot
like-
for Joe. He met a lot. So Joe Lozon is a UFC fighter. And,
Oh yeah, I know exactly. Who I think
Oh.
I don't know if I met him, but I know who he is.
Well, the UFC used to have this guy who kind of took care of the fighters before and after the fight, made sure that, beforehand they had everything they needed, and afterhand they had all the care they needed, right? Like they could be injured, and he would just and this guy meant a lot to Joe. He would also hype him up, and Joe was really receptive to it. And he didn't know, but they got him to the wedding. And he gave a modified version of his pre-fight speech that applied to marriage. And it was pretty neat. It was almost like a song parody, but for
have you taken any aspirin?
but like a marriage hype up thing. And
That's really nice.
yeah, it brought Joe to tears, and that doesn't happen much.
Check your nails. All right, good. Cup. Yep.
So
Yeah, that was but yeah, what I was getting at is like, take that experience and go to the other end of the spectrum, and that's what you'd get because Joe had a very I think it's a northern thing more. I'm not saying that southern weddings are like classless, but I think that Joe's wedding seemed like it was like a 6-figure or more wedding. It seemed expensive.
yeah, he's from
I don't know.
Massachusetts, and they do weddings nice there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like that's
Very
an
rich
extremely expensive wedding, and I'm not accustomed to that sort of thing down here. But I'll tell you who's even less accustomed to it, and that's the good folks of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So when I'm sure the after party would be at Buffalo Wild Wings, but I'm not sure that the wedding itself won't be in the parking lot.
I'm not sure the girl's a real life human. This whole thing could be
A demon?
I was bad phrasing. This whole thing could be false.
Well, she could be a Russian bride.
All right, let's take bets here. My bet is real human wedding will not happen. This is the two binary decisions essentially, unless you can think of some other direction this could go. Taylor, is it a real human? And second question, will the wedding happen if it is indeed a real human? Or I suppose the wedding could still technically happen, or he could claim it happened even if it isn't a real human.
The other thing,
I'm
is it a love marriage is the other thing. Or is it like a green card marriage or something?
It is a desperation marriage. It is his greatest dream to be. All right. So getting beyond jokes and stuff, he grew up without his dad, right? So he's got this, he never really had an archetype for a male role model. And so he has his own idea of what it means to be a man. And some of it's right. And some of it you kind of roll your eyes at because he wants to be handy and he wants to be a truck guy and he wants to be big and strong. And there's all these things. And part of that is wife and kids. Big part of that. He thinks that being a man means having a wife and kids. And he has long talked about his dream of being married and having kids and how he thought he'd already be there by now. And so if he found someone who is in a similar mindset, then I could easily see it playing out with him saying, I'm looking to get, are you looking for something serious? And him being like, oh yeah, I want to get married. And her saying, really? Well, I wouldn't be opposed to the idea. And he's like, really? You'd like to get married? Yeah. To me? Yeah. Are you proposing right now? Yes, I am.
And you think they followed
More
through on
tea,
that?
please.
Yeah.
Tea's all, well, one tea. Yeah. No, I think it could easily go down that quickly. Like if it just like boom, 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 and engaged. And then
I think your initial call is correct. I think she's real, and I don't think that a wedding will happen. Like that's where I'm coming down on as far as a guess.
I
This
think.
is-
Okay.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
No,
No,
please. I'll go.
Okay. So
I'll go again.
so I've had this conversation with a number of women over my dating career, and it inevitably results in the same result, which is you have the conversation, and this is like early on in a relationship. It's always like the first month or so. And I'm generally the serious type of guy. Like I'm a monogamist, serial monogamist. So when I'm dating somebody, I'm like, oh yeah, like I definitely want to try and just make this a serious relationship, see where it's going to go. I kind of want a future. And whenever you say that, usually the people that I would meet would go, oh, really? Well, I'm also looking for that. And then you have this conversation, and then you both sort of, like you said, you reach that impasse where you go, well, I could get married. Well, I could get married. And then we both look at each other and go, let's wait a few months. That would usually where we would land. We usually go, you know what? Let's just wait a few months and see. Like let things play out. And that's what we always did. And then of course, after a few months of
let's make sure that actually is an ingrown hair. Cause
yeah. Exactly. And eventually
it's not, by the way.
That's a real nasty one. Yeah.
Don't worry, I got some pills for it.
Don't you hate when your ingrown hairs get large scabs all over them?
And they look like chickenpox and a disease. But after 3 months or so, we go, oh, well, we weren't compatible. We move on, whatever. You think he's the kind of guy to just double down on it? And
Absolutely.
Go, let's do it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think it's not a real person. I think that it's a story he told on Twitch. And it was just a way of him kind of broadcasting a level of success that he's not having right now.
Wow.
Well, I'm glad we all didn't have the same predictions. It would have been a very
Me too. Time will tell. Tell. And you want to put some money on this? How about it's like $5 per A and B. A total of 10, and like the most like.
I would, but I think that we half agree that the marriage won't happen. It's just why.
Yes, exactly. That's why I put it this way because so the one $5 bet would cancel out, and then you would owe me $5 if she is real.
Right.
But only if we definitively find out.
See, I don't want to predict because I don't know.
So it may be a
right. It could just get all nullified.
I don't know this person at all, but I'll put it this way: if they get married and they can prove it, you all have to pay me $10. How about that?
How about I make sure you get that smart mouth coupon? And
that's a great deal.
Counter offer.
Counter offer: a $4 bottle of mouthwash.
I think that not only is she not real, he will eventually take the side of saying that everyone was a sucker for believing it. That he fooled them all. And
that's not his style.
Okay.
Wow,
that would be it. That's a ballsy move to lie to everybody and then be like suckers.
Dude,
That's devious.
He was single recently. That's what the catfish thing was. I didn't like this one.
I didn't like it either.
Kyle and I saw it in private. We didn't mention it on the show. We thought it was harsh, but here I am. I guess I'm a dick. He had a troll who found him on a dating site, and for weeks, would you say it was 4 weeks, maybe? 1 week, is it?
I think it was 2 months.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
A meaningful period of time. This guy used a fake picture of a different girl and fooled Wings into thinking that she really dug him. And Wings mentioned his girlfriend on the show a couple times, and there were enough clues to realize it was this imaginary person. It was really a dude.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And like I said, romance hasn't been an area where he's thrived. So it's just extra mean, right?
You probably know who this guy is.
I do.
He streams on Twitch and he's known for raging a lot.
I think recently
he's a big guy.
If I'm thinking of the same guy, is it the guy that recently was like upset and was telling his viewers it's going to be like $10 an hour?
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. Because I've never met him. I don't know him.
I know him quite well. I believe that I am the foremost Wings of Redemption expert in existence.
Okay.
You absolutely are.
He has not been studied by anyone quite so qualified for quite so long in his existence.
Okay.
No.
That might be true.
You'll be watching like a Discovery Channel thing, and it's like, this is Dr. Stevenson. He's an expert on this one of the Gaza pyramids. Just one
Yeah.
of them, though. He doesn't
Yeah.
know. Ask him what the names.
That's
of the
how
other two
real
are.
scientists
The dude
work, though.
doesn't fucking know. That's what Kyle is with wings.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah, yeah. Whenever they go to these specialists and stuff, like I saw this guy talking about whether Indiana Jones was a good archaeologist or not. You know, hypothetically,
course
if he were
not.
real. And they're like, no, it doesn't make any sense. He's like, he's into the Holy Grail and Mayan temples and this. And he's like, no. Real archaeologists focus on one little thing. There are scientists who only focus on the amount of radioactive element found in like seashell fossils in one region of the world. Their
Yeah.
focus is so narrow that they have devoted their entire career to like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
only looking for fossilized seahorses with radioactive elements in them that came from an asteroid strike.
What's this? A triceratops horn? Get out of here! I'm looking for water bears in a petri
Literally.
dish.
Dude,
That's
I feel
literally the
so
case.
blessed to live in a timeline where Kyle is that zoned-in detail expert on Wings of Redemption.
Just on the one streamer, Wings of Redemption. Yeah.
He lived with
One
me
thing.
for a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
All right.
I'm ground zero. I
I never doubted you. I never
I
doubted you to
looked-
begin with.
I listened. I,
doubted him.
smelled.
Oh.
I was right there on the front lines.
Yeah, no, I never doubted you.
Yeah, a real Saving
It's
Private
the
Ryan.
worst month I've ever had, and I've been to prison.
for 2 months. Yeah.
Both
If
of
they
those
said-
were better than that one.
If they said, "Look, Kyle, you can go back to the clink, do another month with snow, or Wings of Redemption is going to move into the bedroom right next to yours." Well, he won't be in prison, though, right? Like,
All right,
all right, I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm going.
So
You know, I've got a hankering for chili.
was he the worst? He was the worst roommate you've ever had?
I have only had, well, I've had a lot of female roommates, but as far as dudes, I've only had 2 others. And those were when I was like 19, 20 years old.
Yeah.
These 2 cool ass fucking Lithuanian dudes who were like 24. So they've got booze and marijuana, and like 19-year-old me, just like, you know, they're kind of showing me what to do. And
Yeah.
you know, these guys have, you know, one of them's like a bartender at a really fancy restaurant. The other was my coworker selling cars. So like, we had an awesome time. Love those guys to this day. I looked one of them up a little while ago. He owns a business down in Florida doing scuba tours. I'm so happy
Oh,
for him.
It's
It's out of
awesome.
that. Yeah. I can't. I got war stories from living with that man. It was just. There were days when I just hid.
But the war stories are like he pees without closing the door. Like it's not a.
He plays loud music all night. Thump, 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 thump,
All
thump.
night?
Late into the
Huh.
night. He's the bedroom next to me. I moved bedrooms.
You did.
Oh,
I
wow.
moved bedrooms.
Jeez.
Like the room that I used to do PKA from back when it was like this little blue room was like like my basement was like 80% finished. I just moved into that room. I lived in that room during when Wings was there. Like I just moved into a like there wasn't even a door on the closet. Like it was. I was just like, this is where I'm going to live. I'm on the opposite end of the house and a floor down. Like it was perfect. I'm getting away from him. It was. I don't know if I ever told this story, but me and my girlfriend went down to the basement while he was there, and we smoked some weed. I didn't want to smoke weed in front of Wings because you know he's got a big mouth. He's gonna let it slip, even if he won't mean to,
Mhm.
but he's gonna like say it accidentally.
You know,
or something
people are
like that.
listening, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Wings is gonna let everyone know I smoke weed because he does shit like that.
No.
Yeah. Oh shit! Are we still going? Yeah, this is before my arrest. This is like 4 or 5 years ago or whatever. And so we go down to the basement and we smoke some weed, and we come back upstairs and we're both real good and stoned, and we sit on the couch and he's on the couch too, and he goes, and I'm thinking like, oh shit, we're busting. He goes, somebody cooking collard greens? I smell.
Yeah.
I smell collard greens. And we look at each other like, this is the only human on the planet who doesn't know what marijuana smells
It's
like.
so distinctive. I know. Yeah.
Wow.
No, a skunk got hit by a car down the road.
Like he literally didn't know what marijuana smelled like. And we were just like, we start like trying not to giggle, but like I know we stink of it. We just smoked like a couple
And
of
you're
bowls.
stoned, so not giggling.
And we're
stuff.
stoned. And like, it's pretty obvious. I don't know. I'm not. You can't really tell when I'm stoned. I did this show for years, stoned as fuck. So stoned. And every time I went to go take a piss, I was just outside the door.
I knew.
I'm all glassy eyed in here talking about rape and just,
No, I just had to pee again. Very small bladder. Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't. I don't think I've said anything bad about him at all. Really, just everything I've said is true. I find the marriage thing very interesting, though, and I would go to the marriage. And if he comes to Georgia, I suggest the Botanical Gardens in Athens, Georgia.
If you do it in
Lovely place.
Georgia, Kyle will pay for it.
That's right.
Well,
$600 limit.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
Did you watch that Wings Redemption video where he's talking about his fiance?
Pieces
I
of
did
it.
not
Yeah,
watch
it was
it, no.
before the show, and I was multitasking. and
Yeah, he
stuff.
said she's a super religious virgin that he's known for like 7 years or something like that he's married.
Is this like a marriage contract where it's like, hey, if I'm 34 and you're 34 and neither of us got hitched, seal the deal?
Yeah, I
sounds
guess
close
so.
to that. Yeah, and
Yeah,
I've heard that's one of the healthiest ways and reasons to get married.
where'd you hear
It's a smart
that?
way.
I made it up just now.
It was fun. He was trying to explain, like, I guess I don't even remember mentioning it, but I guess I mentioned like a week ago or two or something about having to move like downstairs to get away from him when he lived at my house, and his version of things is hilarious.
Really?
He was like, yeah, he tried to put me on this. He couldn't come up with the word futon, but eventually the chat helped him out, I guess. So he figured it out. He tried to put me on this futon, and that didn't work out. So Kitty bought me a bed. First of all, not working out means that he crushed it, and the steel legs broke off of it when he sat on it. All right. Kitty went with him to purchase the bed. I'll tell you right now whose checking account the money came out.
I had a
All
feeling.
right, like, man, maybe it was Kyle's checking account.
Yeah.
Nice about these sort of things. Then he was like, oh, and then one night I was listening to Family Guy, and I guess maybe the bass got turned up a little bit in the move, and my sound was a little loud. And he was like, hey, I'm trying to get my beauty sleep. Could you turn this down? It's like, he was thumping bass in my house right next to me continuously. Like, my girlfriend and I are sitting there like, what the fuck is this? This is insanely inconsiderate. What is
I
he
don't
doing?
understand why, if he's your guest at your house, usually, like if I came to your house, I would be out there and I would probably watch a movie with you because I'm a guest.
You
at
wouldn't bring
home.
your subwoofers?
No, I'd probably pack a duffel bag and show up with the wallet and my cards and ID, and then
He
I'd
was
share
like,
a vagina with
he
you.
was like, and you know, my
No doubt.
PC, it weighs 50 or 60 pounds. And I'm like, all right, first of all, if your PC weighs 50 or 60 pounds, we need to address that right now. We need to talk about like what I don't know, where you are.
this is the optional kettlebell attachment.
This is a Cyberware Muscle Pump 3000. Like, no, your PC doesn't weigh 60 fucking pounds. Like, come on. But he made it sound like that somehow had something to do with the bass getting turned up. I don't even understand. And then he like made fun of the desk that I gave him. I'm sorry, but I did not, in fact, have a spare computer desk for him to use. I had a plastic table like you would serve like Thanksgiving dinner if you have like a whole bunch of people coming over. So he made fun of that. Like, and we've been to his house. Classy.
Good
I'm
couches.
sorry. yeah. And then he made fun of the room he was staying in. Just stayed in that room.
I didn't
It was a
hear
side
any of
room.
this.
It was a
Yeah.
spare bedroom. I
What
don't
did he
know
say that was
what
shitty about your spare bedroom?
he was like, he put me in a side room. He made it sound like I put him in like a cupboard or something like that.
Side
just-
room.
I don't know what a side
Like
room is.
you just
I don't
threw
know
his
what that
bag
means.
next to the water heater. You're like, get in there, mush,
Yeah,
mush.
it's not like he wasn't Harry Potter under the stairs or something like that. It's a fairly large bedroom. Like,
Half our
maybe
rooms are on
to
the
him-
side of a hallway. I wonder if he'd fuss.
He threw an open jar of peanut butter in that room. And by the time I grabbed it and turned around, the door was closed, lights were off. That's what I was-
Yes, I ate the jar of peanut butter, but I was I was unfulfilled. It was crunchy.
It was crunchy. Yeah. Fuck
so,
people who like crunchy peanut
So
butter.
just nonsense from Wings as always, and but wish him with his upcoming nuptials. He's made sure to rent a suit, but buy a top hat.
He rented a suit and bought a top hat.
Yeah.
Honestly, I will not cast judgment there because you're not going to have an opportunity to wear that suit all the time in his line of work. This top hat, it could be the beginning of Fat Lincoln. We might be watching the
He's
beginning
already
of
got
that.
a Fat Lincoln hat.
Then why he's going to have two top hats?
I don't know.
Why? I don't even have a
pissed.
single top hat.
I don't have any top hats.
I'm just glad we won't be the only people there in top hats.
Man, you got to piss a lot.
I've already got my top hat.
Mhm.
I've just been housing sparkling water this whole show. It's gotta
Yeah.
go somewhere.
I need to get
Yeah,
myself
yeah.
another
I don't know.
Gatorade.
Wings,
Stop
if
me
you
if
watch
you've seen
this, consider a longer engagement. I feel like this, like, I get it. You want to be engaged. You're excited. You're doing your thing. This is not, this is
I'm
not,
gonna be a man, Woody.
take your time, right?
This is what men do.
You're
we own
entering
trucks
a
and
legal
houses, and we have
contract
wives.
with this woman and the government
I'm a man now, right?
to be monogamous and in each other's company for the rest of your life until the day you die. It's a big thing. And
8-9 years from now, we're talking. It's
Jesus
crazy.
Christ.
if it doesn't work out, that's funny. This is the biggest financial mistake of your life. If it doesn't work out, this is
Yeah.
the biggest financial mistake you'll ever make in your entire life.
Take it slow.
She could take half that trailer. You'll be in a single wide.
Get, engage, move her in, try on marriage, see if it fits.
No.
Yeah.
Smash
Yeah,
mouth
just-
marriage, right up the middle. Get married, right?
Yeah.
So,
Sign those
but
fucking papers on the line
Kyle,
which
you-
is dotted.
or no, both of you guys are potentially invited, right?
Fuck no. He's not
No?
gonna invite me to
I
his
I
think
thought for some,
I
I know
am.
Woody is, right? Like
I
I
think
thought
my-
I saw someone on Twitter telling me that you guys were invited. Maybe they
someone in my Twitch chat may have said I was invited, but it's the least reliable source on earth. So I'm not sure.
No, that's my Twitch chat.
You know what the fucking play is, right, Woody? Be like, yeah, I'll absolutely be there. Can't wait. Call him the night before. Be like,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
don't think I can make it. Yes, there'll be a little extra Jello to go around.
That would be so fucking mean. Be like, I'll be there. Not, bitch. Yeah.
My Twitch
So
chat
is it-
tries to convince me that members of the 76ers are injured every time I stream.
So is it confirmed that Wings is getting married? Like this is a real thing, or is
Yeah,
it just kind of still just something he said to the screen?
No,
and
no,
up to
it's
people to guess?
it's a real thing. Over under on the value of the cost of the engagement ring, Taylor. I want to see where you are. If you've already seen it, because I know what it was.
If I've seen it, I don't remember. I'm gonna say 1,200.
You are over.
Okay.
Woody, it's Woody's turn now.
Damn it!
I think I know the answer. I have low confidence, but I feel like if I say it, you'll be like, yeah.
Here,
that
let
was it.
Danny go first then. Since you
Danny,
know.
over and under on a morbidly obese, double wide trailer living degenerate who's marrying a woman he barely knows.
What's the wife look like? The wife to be.
Unknown.
don't
I
think any of
haven't
us
seen
know.
her, but you've
I can
seen
picture.
Sesame Street, right?
Is she plus or minus Hila from H3?
Oh,
I'm gonna go $950. $950.
Over,
Oh,
it's 720, right?
under,
Ooh, I thought I knew it. Okay.
800.
over,
We're getting close
740.
now, boys.
740?
under,
770.
under.
790. 780.
Yeah!
There we
I'm
go.
pretty sure it's 780. I'm probably wrong. Who fucking cares?
Well, if he can find him a bitch.
Somehow I
who's
found
willing
that
to
really
not pour
compelling.
A bunch of corrupt money.
By the
into
time he pays
diamond
all that
industry.
interest to Walmart, it's going to be 14,000. So who cares?
Where's he getting the ring? Do we know?
We don't know, but we can put a pretty accurate guess on that one.
Oh, rule of thumb on that is you're supposed to spend 3 months' pay on an engagement ring. So
if
that
you
would bring
fall
him
for
in around.
1930s advertising, yeah.
Still, even if we say
But the
2
beers
months,
company
pay,
told me so.
Is this guy making $239 a week? What's this guy do for a living?
Which streamer?
Twitch stream. Yeah,
Oh, very lucrative.
it can be.
Twitch sucks, huh? How do you guys not get kicked off Twitch? I've heard they're the most PC in the world.
I haven't streamed in like
Wasn't on
3
Twitch.
months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
this
that
isn't
is-
on Twitch, and I have been kicked off Twitch.
There we go.
Yeah, I got
I've only
suspended.
streamed like a
though. I'm
dozen
back.
times ever. Haven't been banned yet. Even though a lot of the
Right.
times people say that doing voices that can be perceived as offensive is against terms of service. I doubt it.
I do not
I doubt
understand what he said is.
Why
Yeah.
are you to be telling me not to say these things? It is in my culture not to respect women. You tell me. No, I shouldn't say that. I will get kicked.
Wings is getting married
Yeah.
to who?
A young lady.
Yeah,
Is it like a mail order thing, or
I think I know her name, but I don't want to say it on the show.
Yeah,
You
I don't
know.
think we should say her name. Here's what actually happened. Wings claimed he was getting married, and then someone did some research and found out that Wings was lying about basically everything. And it seems that what Wings claimed that he'd been in contact with this person for the last 6 years. And according to her mother, who they went and interviewed, which seems a little far-reaching, only recently did the dating app that they used link them up. And I guess it also turned out that she has cancer and she's about to have a cancer surgery this spring. Meanwhile, he just bought her a ring, even though they told him not to buy a ring. And I guess she wants kids immediately, whereas he doesn't want kids at all. And he claimed that she was a nurse who made, quote, bank, and now he was going to have expendable income and free health insurance. And at no point do you see him like, oh, I love this person so much. We have such a deep connection. I want to spend the rest of my life with him. It's more like free health insurance, and I'll have
It's more
somebody.
like
to
it's financially advantageous.
yeah, he's looking at the financial advantages of this relationship. She is a very, very religious person.
Wings is not.
Wings is not at all. He's an atheist.
All right.
And he seems to not just be like an agnostic, whatever, but like a hardcore fuck religion kind of guy.
Yeah,
He did a video proving religion was fake.
Well, because fire can't burn and
Because
without
of
sulfur or some stuff.
Oh god,
just something about-
don't give me.
concrete being on the periodic chart of elements or something.
That was literally the first video that I watched of Wings the first time I met Kyle. Is I was like, "Oh, Kyle, it's really nice to meet you, man. I love your videos." And he was like, "Do you want to watch a Wings video with me?" I was like, I guess, okay.
The only the caveat to all this, I've later learned, the person who assembled this data and talked to the person's mom and this and that is Wings' parallel of Boogie's biggest anti-fan. I don't know what to call him, hater or whatever. So like he just takes everything he knows and paints it in the worst possible light. And it's hard to tell like what the truth is, what the facts are. Like, you know, you could certainly take my history and warp it in such a way that it would look awful. You know, you could do that with almost anybody and take my worst clips. So it
This is
does
also the guy
appear.
that catfished Wings. This guy catfished Wings a while back and then posted all of their conversations. He posed as a woman who lived near Wings, and when in reality he's a gentleman from Canada.
Tremendous
And,
time investment. Huge.
Like 2 months of catfishing, and then he posted all the screenshots and stuff of Wings.
How about you
telling
show
some-
me your cock, eh? I mean,
and honestly, I feel like, first of all, I didn't like that thing that he did, but I feel like that thing that he did almost gives him a bit of journalistic credibility. Am I wrong about that?
I
It's
see it. I
it's
see.
just, no, I see what you're saying. It's just a funny way to put it.
It's
He's
not
an
the first.
investigative journalist.
He's an investigative journalist in a way, and I believe he's an actual lawyer. So we're not talking about
I didn't know
a child in a basement necessarily. So like, this guy has I don't know. I believe what he said. And the first time around when he catfished him, he could have added in some he could have pumped it up a little bit to make it outrageous. He could have like faked some of the messages. Like he could have had 90% real messages and then like photoshopped in some real messed up stuff.
Outrageous shit.
Wings never denied that any of that was absolutely real. He just said, you know, it's messed up that this guy did this thing.
Well, from
know,
what I saw,
essentially.
also, Wings didn't seem like he was being creepy or like fishing for nudes or anything? Like,
No.
he seemed like he was just.
Yeah, he's got no game. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, Taylor, why are you so harsh on him?
You're right. You're right. I'm a fool. I'm a fool for trying to jump.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah,
but
but it does appear that Wings has overstated his relationship with this cancer victim. And
I love that. Save that quote. I want that quote to play out of a teddy bear.
Wings.
It does appear that Wings has overstated his relationship with this cancer victim. Give it to me again.
and
The
that
story to you, the Woody Dog. He tells the truth.
That poor fat fuck. Like,
that'll be the other poll.
That poor fat fuck.
That poor fat fuck.
Keep my name out of your fucking mouth, you fucking asshole. Thank you for buying Blue Woody. I love Blue Woody. He tells it how it is.
I'd be jumping to his defense more if he wasn't so ruthless to me in that one game of Modern Warfare 2 where we all played.
He also said you stole his job, you know, and he always gives you a hard time.
It was Lefty! Lefty!
Oh
was
no,
here
Taylor!
for me.
Stick to the other one. I like it when you just thank him for the job.
You
know
I
what?
appreciate it. Wings, thank you.
Wings, you could have bought 4 trailers for what we pay Taylor. So, no.
Unironically, yeah.
Yeah. Taylor's made well over $1 million in your absence.
Oh, try 2. That's how much we're fucking.
Let it sink in, Wings.
So what's new in the world of Wings of Redemption? He's an eligible bachelor, I'm to understand.
Yeah, man. Single as a Pringle, as his lady put it. The wedding is 100% off. The last update I saw that was literally from her wedding's off. She is single. So
Single, but
guess-
Pringles come in very large groups. I interpret that to mean she's with 350 other people.
well, she likes to rhyme.
All right.
She's not good at metaphors, but she does rhyme.
Okay.
Yeah, she said she was quote unquote single as a Pringle. And
So that
yeah,
I don't know. Oh, go ahead, please. Fair.
our bets cancel out as I thought they might because
Okay.
my thought process was yes, it is a real wedding. Turned out in Wings' mind it was. But no, of course, it was never ever going to happen. It was never going to happen. I knew that going in. Just like I was right that Corona is very, very dangerous. A 2 out of 10, one being the most dangerous. I was also right that Wings Redemption was never going to get married. Ever.
I feel
Never.
a little. I didn't process that at first.
You're a real piece of shit.
So he had a relationship
Because
with
that
this.
fucking lawyer from Canada, anytime, if Wings were to find a girl who was like, you know what? The man has his flaws, but he's sweet. He loves me. He wants kids. He's got his own place.
His cum tastes a little bit like sugar.
Yeah.
I like that. You know? And then that damn lawyer from
I'm
Canada's
in the
gonna be
water
like,
play, and he's got the sweetest piss. Whatever it is.
and then she's gonna get like a dossier from that lawyer in Canada. Like, are you aware this man neither pays his taxes nor went to North Korea to play in the StarCraft Olympics? He's gonna. He wasn't in the Olympics. I thought he was an Olympian. No.
He
And that's
told
gonna
me
be
he
it.
invented the Zerg Rush.
What is the Zerg Rush?
It's a
Oh,
Starcraft
I started
reference.
Zerg Rush. I heard it
reference.
incorrectly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how to land on this thing because he did he overstate it from the start?
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be my assumption based on how this has panned out.
As much as Wings has his flaws, does he deserve what this lawyer brings to light all the time? From Canada?
What lawyer is this? Sorry that I jumped in.
I'm just talking about the gentleman who he was the gentleman who catfished
Catfished him?
Wings initially.
Oh, okay.
And posed as a lady friend. And he is also the gentleman who most recently really delved deeply into the marriage scenario, contacting the fiance, her mother, and an unnamed third family member to really get the nitty gritty and expose it all. And I won't even talk about what he's doing next. I told you what he's doing, Woody, next. I won't go into that out of, I suppose, respect to Wings, what little there is. And I won't go into it. You know, I myself, not a fan of the federal government. I pay them what they're owed.
Which is your
I
time.
do too. I'm too afraid not to. They're
Yeah,
scary.
they'll ruin your life. So this guy is educated, motivated, weaponized autism, pointed at Wings all the time. I swear he's gonna, I don't know, take down Wendy's or something just to deny this poor man his chili.
Operation Kill Wendy.
And you know, he gets
James
engaged.
Thomas Initiative.
He gets engaged, and the guy like contacts his fiance and his fiance's parents and tells her about Wings's browser history. Jesus Christ. None of us can survive that kind of scrutiny. In theory.
That's I was not abreast of these new updates. So yeah, that
Let me tap to you what
that
he's up to
stinks.
right now, Taylor. Again,
okay,
like
I won't say anything.
we don't hate Wings here. We have
I don't even
varying
know him.
levels of dislike toward him. I know. Well, you can't be happy that he's always harping on like you stole his job, etc.
It's never bothered me even a little bit.
Yeah, but you don't. But you prefer if he didn't say that, wouldn't you?
I don't care because Lefty was here between us.
Stay on your own. All right.
I mean, Kyle and I know the truth, and we, swapped out Wings with you.
And then I'm the one on Twitch. Bastard stole my job.
Wait, did I say that?
That would be so funny. No, yeah,
No, I
you
said it right.
backwards.
No, I didn't. I
Oh,
said
you
swapped
did.
out Wings with
Then I
you.
interpreted it.
Oh, okay.
I interpreted it a little bit.
Roger that. Yeah. We can,
Interpreted.
Kyle, if we band together, we can invent our own history.
Oh shit. Well, that's not ideal. Yeah, that sucks.
Right.
I don't know how someone could possibly know that unless someone admitted it on their stream or something. I don't know how that would work.
Oh, you're married. Half the
Yes.
people I talk to are like, is he really married? Is it troll? Is he? You married, right?
I'm married, yes.
For
But obviously, I can't give details about that, but I am married.
well, you married about a month now.
2.
2 months. Well, congratulations.
'Cause I got married in a private ceremony. Then we originally were going to do a big ceremony,
Mhm.
and then COVID got really bad, so we decided to do a small thing, and we got married. But she already paid like $800 for a dress, so like she really wanted to use it.
Mhm.
So in turn, I had to go spend money on a suit and all these other things. Like,
Dude, it was worth
So,
it. You look fucking
it-
pimp in that suit. I showed it to
Oh,
my
I did-
whole
I
stream. We all looked at it. You look skinny in it.
there's well, that was only half the suit. I didn't have like my tails on or my cufflinks or anything like that there. So there's better pictures. I just can't share them.
Okay. Well, fuck. I like the picture you did share. So
Yeah, because if anybody's wearing suit jackets are not fun to wear, especially in South Carolina heat.
summer. Yeah. What? Say 2 months ago. So it was June-ish.
Somebody in my chat asked me, "Do you use trucks for design for more for looks and vibe?" I actually have 2 trailers. I have an enclosed trailer and I have an open trailer that I use for different various things. And I just like a truck better. I like the utility a truck brings. And trucks nowadays are designed just like it's like a bigger crossover. You're going to give away some gas mileage for comfort, and obviously, what word am I looking for here? Capability.
Yeah, there's some utility to it. And I don't know if the guy who asked you the question is a homeowner, but if you become a homeowner, find reasons to need a truck. You know, someday you
Yeah.
buy a tool, someday you buy a sheet of plywood or
I was about to say, like, I bought so much plywood because, like, I live in a mobile home, obviously,
Mhm.
and they don't have really great floors. So, like, if you spill any kind of water on them, eventually you got to cut the floor out with a sawzall, and you got to put a new piece down. And like, I've been slowly but surely replacing my entire floor with like tempered wood that can take water, but the house didn't come with tempered wood from the factory.
yeah. If you have a regular car, how do you bring home a roll of insulation? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know it'll fit in the back seat, but bro, that sucks. Your back seat passengers are gonna itch for the rest of your life. So it's nice.
Or you see a person at I went to Walmart the other day, and this person was trying to stuff a 60-inch Vizio TV into their Malibu. They had the back seat out on the concrete. They were just trying to get this TV in that little car.
Yeah, man. I was trying to think what else is new. I don't know. Married life good?
Yeah, married life is fine. I mean, like, I feel I work better in a structured environment than I do on my own devices, and it's always better to have a partner in crime. Like, no longer do you have to face life as a solo unit. Like, you're responsible for your own food, everything like that. It's a team-based effort on everything. It's a team-based effort on the bills, the money, where you're going for life, your desires, your dreams, and I like that. I like having somebody there at all times. My wife's awesome.
That's good to hear. Yeah, people underestimate it. This whole like someone on your side type thing, it's amazing. And especially with our jobs, sometimes like emotional support can be undervalued.
Mm-hmm. And like, granted, I'm in a little different scenario than you, because like I have people actively trying to find out every little thing about my wife
Oh.
and like bring her down, and I'm doing my best to try to protect her. And like, that's why I kind of hit so hard back on like the Office Depot video and got the dude fired. Is because like he crossed a line.
Dude,
Like,
he
because
did.
I signed up for this, she didn't.
Wait, was the Office Depot? I
Love
don't.
you,
How is that
Woody. You
related
have helped
to
me get past
her?
my hardest in life.
Because she's in the video.
I could never thank you
Oh,
enough.
I didn't realize that. I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Other people could though.
gotcha. No, you
I
were
was
right
kinda
about that. You were right.
I was kind of
Like, I don't know. I think you have a lawsuit. Like,
I've ran it by some lawyers, and like the only ones that claim that I have a lawsuit are the ones that want money up front. And I'm like, no. If you're taking this, you're taking it on the idea of a payout toward the end. That lets me know that you're motivated to get whatever payout it is.
you're right.
You know.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's right. I'll share a story. So after we had Hope, so Hope was born via C-section. This is a long story, so buckle up. Hope was born via C-section, and when they sewed up Jackie's belly again, they didn't do it right. They didn't sew up, I guess it's her uterus. So they sewed her skin up, and from the outside it looked normal, but her uterus, they just like forgot it. You know, what the fuck, right? So about 2 years later, or whatever, a year and 3 months, we wanted our kids 2 years apart. That was the goal. So 1 year, 3 months, we do the math. We say, all right, time to start having kid number 2. And we try. And it's not working. And it's weird to us, right? Like it's not getting pregnant. We try month after month after month. And we know that this happens to people, but we're pretty youngish, right? We're like 27 or something. And it's weird that Jackie's not getting pregnant. And we went to this fertility expert. The fertility expert is like, well, how long did it take you to have the first kid? And we're like, like 45 minutes, which was a lie because it took like 15. But so like fertility problems weren't really our thing. So they put Jackie on. They tested me, right? You'll wank in a closet or something. I was fine. And they with Jackie, they gave her a shot. So she started like going bonkers and making like, I'm making up numbers, 6 eggs a month or whatever it is. And we did that for a while. And the first time she was pregnant, she like knew she was pregnant a week or two in, right? Like her boobs hurt and just felt it. She sensed it and she knew it. And there were times as we were trying when that happened again. She's like, I'm pregnant. I know it. I'm sure of it. And then she wasn't. And eventually they found out that her uterus wasn't sewn. So what was happening is she was getting pregnant, but the baby
Losing
wasn't.
the egg.
She was losing it. Yeah. So it like, I'd call it a miscarriage because there was fertilization happening, but it was like an on time period, right? So it's weird. And what we had, so we called an attorney, and it turns out with medical malpractice, the bigger your injury, the better your case. And there's like a stack ranking of attorneys out there. So if you lose a pinky finger, you get some shitty attorney. If you lose your fertility or somebody dies, you get like god tier attorneys. Like those are real harms that impact you for the rest of your life. You losing a leg or a lung or whatever. So we had like whatever, like North Carolina's big wig attorneys willing to take our case. And while that's brewing, we also were getting like her corrective surgery. And we went to
Obviously not the same doctor.
Right. But what happened was when we went to the next doctor, he covered for the first guy. Like he went in and he's like, I've got all these after pictures. You know, I can show you. I fixed this and this, but darn it to heck, all the before pictures, we lost those. And it's like, you fuck. Like I know what you did. And he
Can I ask you a question?
yeah.
Was the guy who delivered Hope, was he like a personal doctor that you were going to use again for the second baby? And like, did you have to sever a connection there?
I think I'm trying to think. I want to no. So we went to the same doctor during the pregnancy, right? Like again and again. But when you actually deliver the baby, you get whoever from that practice is on call at the time. So the one that we saw throughout the pregnancy and kind of developed a personal relationship is not the one that was on duty when it was go time. So anyway, the doctor had even mentioned, the one who fixed her, that he didn't want to testify in court. And I didn't expect him to like delete the photos of half of the surgery, like the beforehand, and only have the after ones that showed his work. And after that, we had to like wait 6 weeks, and then next cycle, we had Colin. And anyway, somehow this tied into your story in my head. Like the class of attorney that you get is related to your damages and the way that they take the case. Like if they see that you have a winning case that is going to get a good payout, then you get top tier attorneys. If you have a shitty case that's not going to have a good payout, you get like ambulance chasers who want you to pay in advance. So I think you did everything right. I think that you
Shame Taylor had to go.
Well, I've talked to some the more reputable attorneys here, and like they said, you got a winning case, but like the payout's so low, it's not worth our time.
Yep.
And it's like
This is what it
basically
sounds like to
they basically
donate.
get advice they gave
Thanks
me,
for
like
keeping
legal advice was just
PKA
see what
going
Office
so
Depot
long.
would give you, which I wasn't in it for that. It was more about making a statement than anything else.
Yeah, the guy did you dirty at the Home Depot thing. He's not supposed to use security footage and make meme videos of you. Come on, man. Like this is a right and wrong thing there, and he was on the wrong side of that. Taylor's good.
Oh, you were asking earlier for the update on Wings. Wings got married.
Man, shout out to Wings,
I
man.
almost finished my football questions, but all right.
Oh, okay.
If I had a soundboard, man, I'd give the round of that. Shout out to Wings, man. I genuinely wish good for Buddy, man.
But then somebody went back and they found where the girl that he's married, he's discussed on our show before, back when he was a host on here with us.
This is
Have you
new
seen this?
information to me. No, I know nothing about
I don't
this.
Kelly the Cunt, I believe, is what we called her on that episode. I'm not sure if I coined that phrase. Or
We've
if you
changed our
did.
mind about that.
That sounds like a you thing.
That sounds like a guy out there. Bro.
I mean, we were discussing. So, and this isn't going to be confirmed, but it definitely seemed like it from the YouTube video that I watched, made by some degenerate. But it seemed like she was that story where the girl had like wanted Wings to come like hang out with her, and then he like kept calling, and there were always missed calls, and she got freaked out, so she started lying and saying she had to stay long at work. And he was like, all right, well, I'll just wait at your house then for you to get off work. And she's like, no, don't do that. And he was like, all right, well, I'll just come to your work. And she's like, no, don't do that either.
Definitely don't do that.
Yeah.
And so of course he did that. He went to her work.
Oh,
Well, he
dear.
gets to her work, and parking lot's empty. Nobody's fucking there. She's lying. She's not there at all. She's
The
somewhere
only
else.
Chick-fil-A Sunday employee.
He gets to the Dairy Queen and it's empty.
Yeah.
And so he's like, so you're working late, huh? And she's like, yeah. And then he takes a picture of the parking lot and sends it to her. And I guess she said, oh, I'm sorry. You freaked me out because I had all those missed calls. And long story short, he drove like an hour, maybe more, to go see this girl. She blew him off, and then not in a sexual way. She just didn't meet up with him. And then we had to drive all the way back home. And we were hard on her on the show, and he was agreeing. Like
Maybe we could dial it back, right? Kelly the con artist, right?
Kelly the con artist.
Still keep the alliteration, but just
Yeah. We were hard on her. Like he kept dropping like these little hints about where she worked or where she lived, and you were like adding them up. She's like, all right. You're like, all right. Well, we know where to find her now.
No, I did that.
Yeah. We know where to get her now. All right. Good. Good. We can
Find
take
her,
care of
not
this.
get her.
I'm a nuts.
observe her in her natural
We've
habitat.
evolved over time. We're not quite as dark as we used to be. I guess we were going to get her. I don't know what that meant. But yeah, I'm told that now that's his wife. But yeah, he got married like out of nowhere. Like there was no like Taylor lives with his girlfriend, and there was like a whole buildup, like as like people who watch the show were like, they were like, yeah, I'm started dating this girl, and like, yeah, I really like this girl, and then months went by, and it's like, you know what, we're living together, it's great, we got a couple dogs, I really care about this person. There was none of that this month-long buildup of a relationship. One day it was like he just posted a picture of him dressed like Abraham Lincoln in a tux, and he's
He
like,
looked great. Come on, Kyle.
He looked good. He looked good.
All right, take a picture of Abraham Lincoln in a tux, put it next to the picture that he put up on there, and you tell me what the difference between these two pictures is. They're the same picture.
One of them's in color.
Fair enough.
No color photo.
Fair enough.
Abraham Lincoln.
No, he's got the top. He's got a top hat and tuxedo. He literally.
The
looks
important
like
thing is he's happily married, man, and we can all
give him
that-
props for that.
we can all agree that is probably a net benefit for his life.
Yes, I like the way you put that. That is a definite net benefit for Wings. So I'm happy for him.
Facts.
Even
more
if
talking crap.
even if your Lincoln comparison is apt, even if it's a very good comparison. Was Lincoln happily married? No,
Yeah, he
aren't
was.
Mary Todd.
Aren't there rumors that he was gay, or am I making that up right now?
No, you're thinking
There
about
are rumors that he's gay, and it stems from the fact that men used to share beds back then in a non-gay way. Because I guess beds
Oh,
and furnishing.
there weren't a lot
wasn't-
of beds to go the fuck around.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Is that
He
where
was a
that rumor
pioneer.
came from? Because that's ridiculous. Of course he had to share beds. There were dirty bugs on the ground in the bed. They didn't have a lot of beds. I assume.
Yeah, I just don't think people
I don't
had
know
big
enough
houses
about
with
it.
guest rooms or it wasn't the same world.
Goodness.
We wanted to jump into it.
Goodness.
Resident expert.
I guess. I guess I am. Yeah. So I don't follow Wings much. I stay pretty busy, and I honestly don't I don't look into it too much, and I don't have a lot of friends who do either. But someone sent me that video last night, and I sent it to you guys after watching it because I was kind of gobsmacked by it, and we've all been kind of discussing it, and like we were talking about like, should we even talk about this? Like it's kind of fucked, but like my point was, if we do talk about it, this is an in defense of Wings conversation. This isn't a Wings attacking conversation, because let me just kind of lay out like I just saw one video. I don't know like if there's more to it than what I know.
No, this is enough to decide fully.
Yeah, I agreed.
I like it. I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have judgments.
So like we saw this video last night, and I guess the short and long of it is that Wing's wife had been carrying on sort of a flirty relationship with some of his moderators, his Twitch moderators, I suppose,
Discord
Mhm.
in the Twitch moderator Discord that they have. And like to the point where like they were driving together and she wouldn't show him her phone because she's like having like private conversation with one of his fucking mods. And he's like, tell
That's
me who the
bizarre.
fuck you're talking to. Tell me who this is so I can demod them. And she's like, well, how about I just leave the Discord? And then that way it's not an issue anymore. And I guess he agreed to that. So she left the Discord. And I'm a little confused with the timeline. Like maybe she continued talking to these people, but there's all these screenshots of her like having flirty conversations with these dudes. And
posting unflattering pictures of Wings, which is definitely like if you find out that like Woody, you're like nodding, like in your heart of hearts, there's a 0% chance that Jackie ever would take an unflattering photo of you and then be like laughing with her friends behind your back in a mocking way, like look at a load of this loser.
That's
kind of thing.
That's what like hits me so hard, right? So I can imagine a universe where someone, and don't make it Jackie or me, just is like flirty or something, or hits it back with the waitress or waiter, and it was never meant to be like a real betrayal or whatever. It was just flattered by the attention, and it happened. This was over the course of days and weeks, flirting, talking, referring to one of the moderators as her future husband and her backup plan and stuff like that. And it was like, this is an
there was that
ongoing
meme.
emotional affair almost.
like sending that meme where it's the two dogs from Lady and the Tramp like kissing, eating the spaghetti. Like
like,
it's a
"This could
real
be us,"
flirty kind
right?
of thing.
She said those
it's-
words like, this could be us, or this is
We
us. or
both
something.
get our own plate of spaghetti, a really big one.
and the thing about the unflattering pictures, like that hit me so hard. It like,
That's good.
you're supposed to be on the same team. You're supposed to be on the same team as a husband and wife. You're supposed to. Jackie and I once played this, the Newlywed game. It was like at a bar environment and with this and that. And we're like, the answer to every penis-related question is huge. Huge, gigantic. They came up one time, we won. That was same team, right? There was no like mocking, teasing, or whatever. No. We make each other look good. And
United
she's-
front, always.
She's sending like unflattering pictures of him to people that don't seem to have his best interests in mind. That's a
it's like
betrayal.
him sitting on the couch, like in a unflattering angle, and I think that either the text or I don't know. In my voice, in my head, I hear her voice, but maybe I was just reading text, and that's how my brain works. But like she said something like, "He doesn't want to diet, y'all," and it's like, well, god damn, isn't this man like getting it from every angle every time he goes online? Does he really need to be getting it from his wife behind his back with the small bastion of people who are also supposed to have his back, his fucking Twitch moderators? It's like, god damn.
Yeah, he should have she should be offering some solace from all the attacks he's getting. So when he gets off, he's like, all right, at least I'm back on team us, where we're going to get along, and I can decompress with all that stress instead of finding out like, oh, god damn it, you've been doing this too.
Right.
Like you've been.
I need to have like the moral fortitude. I need to have the backbone to stand up to the attacks I get at home. Are the attacks nonstop? Like you're supposed to be my support system. I am out there facing the crowd, facing the world who wants nothing more than to fucking stick me with daggers all the time. And when I stop streaming, now you do too? The fuck?
Yeah, he's at war at home and abroad.
Yes, he's fighting a two front war.
It works both ways. Yeah.
I don't know.
I got the. It took me a second. It took me a second, right?
Why is it that it's always Discord mods? Like that's a joke, right? Like my kitten, my sweet princess kitten. Like it's me, your Discord mod here to help. Like why is it always Discord mods that are the? It's like like IRC like moderator abuse back in the day, or like old forum posts where it's like, I'll give you like super user if you fucking cyber with me. It's like, it just bothers me so much.
Back when it was like, oh, well, I started the NASCAR forum, and if you want the VIP badge, you're gonna have to pretend to be a furry with me for half an hour.
I'm in.
Sorry, there's no other IRC NASCAR chats. Do you not want to talk about NASCAR? Everyone you're going to talk about NASCAR with has done this also. Don't feel alone.
Yes, master. Should I put the harness on now? Not until you clean out your stall. It's filthy.
You know, this sport isn't even worth it. You know, the hockey forum's only making me send dick pics. Not even with in there.
Anyway,
pretty shitty situation.
Super fucked up. Super fucked up.
Really bad for him.
Like that's the first I had heard in a long time. I remember there was something a while back about like her. She was like crying in the background while he's streaming, like not wanting him to stream. And it's like, come on, he's working. Why are you crying all the time? Like she's always crying.
he says that. That was the barometric pressure thing, right?
Oh,
it's like she cries when the barometric pressure changes. There's something very close to that.
Yeah, she's a big crybaby. Just a big cry. There's a screenshot that one of us posted in the chat here that I'm looking at right now. Just she's crying there. She's always crying.
Dude, I don't know. Am I a monster? Because I get calloused. Okay, touche. You're a good point. But it's like I get a little callous to the over crying thing. I don't know.
It's desensitizing. No, I mean, if even if it is a very valid thing, like you got to throw it in there with this. God, this is such a crazy example, but like after a while, if you're working at a funeral home, like being around death doesn't bother you. It's just you're going to be desensitized to something if it happens so often, especially when it's something that's supposed to be as severe or at least as alarming as somebody crying in front of you, right? Like,
if you cry like I frown, I stop giving a fuck about your tears.
Right, exactly. It's no longer impactful or important. It's just another day, another thing, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, got to keep it special.
Yeah.
It's like when you talk to a boomer in an email and they don't quite get exclamation points.
Yeah.
And it's like you're screaming at me like, oh, I'm so excited to get this report from you. And it's like, I know, I'm working on it. Like
4 exclamations. Love you. Yeah.
Putting an emoji.
Hey, you know, some of these attacks are hitting a little close to home. All right? You know, like I was on board with the anti-crying thing, but exclamation points are just good fun.
Just letting you know I'm engaged with the conversation and eager. Like,
you know, why use 1 when you can use 3? They're free.
Oh my god.
I feel like that is like a mutual thing that like so many people like in the business world, they end every single email with like, thank you. Like And I'm like, you just gave me a really emphatic thank you. You're making me give you an emphatic thank you because I can't give you a regular thank you or I'll feel rude.
I like the standard best comma, and then you're like best, like just
best
with best. Just don't talk to me. Just there's my signature. Or the worst is at least working with people who in the music industry think that they are from the UK, but they're not. So they'll say like, cheers, mate. And I'm like, you're from LA. Like you can't, this is so weird.
I like to leave it at the end with a nice in Christ.
In Christ.
Tucker, I was gonna, when my turn came, I was gonna mention cheers too, but with at Cisco I worked with a lot of people who were international.
Oh, yeah,
so they'd be either Australian or British, and they'd say cheers, and it's like, fuck. Cheers is so cool, but I can't.
Yeah, that's endearing. You're like, nice. What do you say? Like, cool. Like, there's no cheers in the U.S. It's a casual.
Yeah,
like,
just
thanks.
make your own up. Like, tip top.
Yeah. That Australian dude called me mate. I can't call him mate back.
You can just say thanks, bud. Thanks, bud.
Right? I use dude a lot, but I don't think it's as good.
Yeah, it's not. Dude, it's weak.
Yeah, people are really stoked to end the email.
I'm waiting to get a thanks cunt from an Australian. I'm like,
oh yeah,
we made it.
Thanks cunt, because it'll have an exclamation point.
Exactly.
Wow. Kyle, is that another blazer?
It is.
It is. This is what probably 2 of 8 at this point.
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. So Tucker, Kyle, he's a blazer guy now.